Hello and welcome to VRML Channel 2. I'm SputnikKobra, joined by Swift, my co-caster, and SirDimwi on camera. We are preparing for this exciting matchup today between unqualified scientists and Galaxy. And I forgot to mention you, Swift. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Cast some matches earlier which were fun to watch, and now looking at this one, which is looking to be starting very soon. And by very soon, I mean in the next most likely few seconds, as we get ready up here.
Absolutely. And looking at these teams, looking at their team page on VRML, Unqualified Scientist is currently ranked 40th in the Master Division. Galaxy currently ranked 115th in the Bronze Division. Galaxy featuring many veteran players. And Unqualified Scientists featuring many of the newer players. So definitely a discrepancy or disparity between experience, but I'm excited to see this matchup. I think it will be fairly even. And I'm really excited to see who triumphs in this matchup today.
Absolutely, of course, there's some names I do recognize in this game from other cups and stuff like that, but as we get kicked off here in this neutral joust, it'll be, or we don't, it'll be interesting to see who takes that.
I think we spoke a little too soon, so we will go over these rosters while we wait for the match to begin. Seems that there was a little bit of a false start, so Unqualified Scientists with their 6-person roster featuring Trespassing, Dual Helix, Gracchus BE, Mountain Snake, Balded Moscow, and Sheep's Knuckles. But currently playing this game today will be Trespassing, Mountain Snake, Gracchus BE, and Dual Helix. And on Galaxy, we've got Chucky Joseph, Furcar 16, Knife Rich, Unguarded 4, and Ron Leet, Ron 1337. And in the match today, it will be Unguarded 4, Chucky Joseph, Knife Rich, and Furcar. So yeah, which one of these players do you recognize, Swift?
I recognize Unguarded 4, Chucky Joseph, as well as Furcar. Seen them quite a lot, not only in pubs but also in other things as well. So I think I saw a few of them in the Rookie Cup, and a few of them outside of that as well. I don't exactly recall which, but an Unqualified Scientists, it's all new names for me, I think. But yeah, I mean, this match could definitely go either way.
I know that I played, I think I don't know exactly, but I did have the benefit of playing with Unqualified Scientists before the start of the season, and they have been rapidly developing and getting better as a team. So with these new teams, my favorite thing to watch is just how good they're getting and how fast they're doing it. So with that being said, we're about to have this neutral joust underway.
Absolutely, and it will be Unqualified Scientists to win the joust. But it just goes straight into Galaxy's hands, and that clear will come through. It's interesting to see the start of season 2. I mean, it's pretty much just a race that who can adapt and improve the most and the fastest, who can put the most time in the game. And there's Furcar with a steal, but is stolen right back by Unqualified Scientists. And actually, that clear is going to go into Unguarded 4's hands and straight up to the nest. This shot actually coming through after a little bit of a juke there from Unguarded 4, but a little bit slow, and that's going to be actually a great block from Knife Rich, but not able to get the hands on the disc quite yet.
And you mentioned that one of the most interesting factors as a spectator, as a caster, and also as a player is watching how fast these teams develop. And with all this competitive play, it's interesting when these teams will hit their plateau, because you see that with certain teams, there's just a limit to where you can go, and then eventually people start forming new teams. But it's really interesting to see these people and these individuals approach competitive play and how they adapt.
Yeah, and it's absolutely impressive every single time. Like, whether I recognize names or not, as this one actually will come through from Chucky Joseph after that great pass from Unguarded 4. Great recognition and communication there through from Galaxy to recognize that pass. But I mean, it's just great to see whether I recognize the names or not. That clearly doesn't matter. Um, but it's interesting to see how quickly players are able to adapt now. And after a crash actually from Unqualified Scientist, it will be a steal, but missing that 3-point shot, it's going to be Galaxy. But taking this one right back is going to be Furcar with this actual 3-point shot. I was expecting that to be a pass, and it looks like the goalie was as well. Missing that one. We may see a restart here come through from Unqualified Scientists, however.
Unqualified Scientists may have already used their restart at the beginning. Well, they'll use it now, so I misspoke. But looking at the chat, we've got Puppy Gamer saying "Go Scientists," and I'd like to see who chat is favoring. Everyone, to chime in, tell us who you think is gonna win and who you're favoring for the win.
Yeah, no, we're seeing some support for Scientists in the chat. I'm assuming the restart is for the disconnected player over on the Scientists. And I'm sure they'll get that figured out shortly. They have 5 minutes to sort that one out. The rule is you get 1 5-minute timeout per set. So if anything else happens after this, it's going to have to be Galaxy's timeout. But I mean, yeah, any team could clearly win here. I mean, we're seeing some great ideas of passing from both teams already. Galaxy able to get the 5 points, of course, already. The majority of those being made by Unguarded 4 and Furcar. As actually we see this get restarted as a player joins back for Scientists. But the passing and the communication so far has been great for Galaxy. And I can't wait to see Scientists on the offense, hopefully, on the Joust, which hopefully they have possession of right now.
Chucky Joseph coming through in chat saying sorry for the interruptions and we forgive you, but focus on the game. You're still in it to win it. So with this timeout expiring, we'll be back with play with Joust advantage to Unqualified Scientists.
Yeah, and this one actually, unfortunately, going to miss the hands there and going to bounce straight back into the Scientist's half. And it's going to be Furcar taking that one for Galaxy, dinging it off the post. Going to bounce down into Chucky Joseph's hands. Seeing them trying to position here into the bubble. Doing a great job of coverage actually here, the Unqualified Scientists, and there's a great steal there from Mountain Snake, who will get that clear on through, and now it's going to be a race, and it looks like it's going to be Scientist first to the disc, only just there, and as we see a little bit of a lag interaction there, as Furcar takes this disc, and actually a good steal there. Coming from Scientists, but unfortunately not able to get the clear, actually going off a couple players' heads, but there's dual helix with that clear eventually, but straight back into the Galaxy hands, and no one can get it out of this tube, and Chucky Joseph finally able to take this one out on the Scientists' half, and they're looking at an open goal for not for very long. They're actually just going to walk this one through, and that's a great save there from, I want to say Gracchus? I don't know.
Greg is definitely making that save, but not able to find that one from Furcar behind the goal. 2 consecutive save stops in the bubble from Unqualified Scientists, but just not enough to stop this offensive onslaught from Galaxy.
And again, some great offense from Furcar and Unguarded 4 with the passing in the bubble. Still got 6.5 minutes remaining. So, I mean, Scientists can still do something great here on offense as they do progress this up the field. Trespassing, gonna get that pass over to Mountain Snake, who will take this disc and pass it right back. So some great passing here by the Scientists, although that shot being a little bit slow, and Chucky Joseph gonna stun the player contesting there on the nest. So this one's just gonna be a clear again, and goes back into the Scientists' half, and Galaxy looking to recollect as well on their end, but no, there's a great steal from Trespassing, and gonna get that clear as well.
And as it will sail into the backcourt of Galaxy, all of the players are back there and getting stunned out before we can get possession, but they overshoot from Unqualified Scientists. Kind of foils that advantage they had, but a lot of stuns coming out in the lower ramp, and eventually a clear into tube. Pursuing it is Unqualified Scientist into the hands of Trespassing. Trespassing trying to make that long pass. It will bounce off the Geo and be retrieved by Knife Rich. So they will again lose advantage. They will lose possession. And Galaxy will have another offensive possession.
And this clear coming through back into the scientist half yet again, and there's another great stack here from Galaxy, and unfortunately missing the 3-point shot, but that's something we're also seeing from Galaxy. They're able to get the disc on the other half from the clear and boosts much more often, as they do have the faster stack, and there it is, Furcar again in the bubble. But it definitely shows that Galaxy might have the upper hand in their communication in the first round at least, or in this first half of the first round.
And as we approach past the 5-minute mark, we've got chat saying Puppy Gamer saying the tube is cursed. Before there was a massive flurry of stuns and possession changes happening in the tube, and Grumpy coming through with what's up Grumpy. It's always good to see veteran players in the chat. And another shot will come through for Galaxy, and they're making these long shots. Furcar with a rocket of a hand, and just making these long distance shots, able to make a backboard shot from post a few minutes ago, and they just continue to have success against Unqualified Scientists.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal work there. Oh, and it seems like we've had a bit of a mishap on the QB, which will cause yet another stun, and that 3-pointer is going to be denied by the post this time. But Chucky Joseph's just going to recollect this one again, find that pass over to the shield, and unfortunately not able to find any hands on any of the Geo there to push himself forward. So it's going to go back to Furcar, who is going to try and walk this one up by himself, actually almost doing that, going off the head of the goalie there of Gracchus. So this one going to go to the backboard, and actually Furcar, yeah, again with the points, 14 points ahead now. Galaxy and Scientists really struggling to get their hands on the disc almost at all this game.
Scientists just needs to focus on their bubble defense, find small victories and what they can achieve. This is a big difference in experience. Galaxy being a veteran team, currently ranked bronze, and Unqualified Science is currently ranked as master, so these divisional rankings will eventually flesh themselves out and continue to iron themselves out as we approach the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, and I mean, even as a newer team, I mean, we experienced this last season as our team at the very start, because we were mostly new players to competition. But I mean, yeah, it's good to see, especially as a new team, and that is an absolute rocket of a shot immediately from Furcar, turning around from Biggie and then slotting that one in for the mail slot. So great job there, again on the offense by Furcar. And yeah, but it's great to see as a new team in these games, just where you are in terms of against the veteran teams, and how far away you are from beating them at the very start. And you can certainly learn a lot of great things from these matches, as the veteran teams are usually able to point out your mistakes very quickly, as Furcar gets that one yet again from the stack. The stacks from Galaxy coming in again and again for them here. But yeah, I mean, it's great to see and learn from your mistakes against these teams.
And that's just the way it is, and I don't want to finish that line by saying things will always be the same, but people can change, teams can change, they learn from these experiences, and they grow as both individuals and as team players. So these are necessary parts of competitive play, and they're necessary aspects.
I mean, absolutely, yeah. Without improvement, I mean, where really would teams be now, actually? That shot coming through, not quite on target though, but it's going to go back to Galaxy's hands, and they really need to try and pressure this disc. I mean, they are definitely trying, and they're a great man coverage there. So, I mean, it's great highlights like that will get them pumped and get them through this match, really. And if they can maybe come back from this, actually, not in the first round, but of course in the second. And Furcar tries to come through with this one, recognizing that one and stealing it away. It's going to be Mountain Snake. But that shot just snaking its way through to the bubble, getting past the defensive end there. All the players on Scientists rushing the disc, and it's not quite going to work out this time. 22-0 is a harsh win on the first round, but they started to do a little bit better at the end when they got their hands on the disc. They just need to try and clean it up a little bit.
Kudos to Unqualified Scientists. Kudos to just massive respect. They're playing this as hard as they can. They're making the stops in the bubble. They didn't give up at one moment. Like, I'm kind of losing my composure, but I really have a lot of respect for this Unqualified Scientists team. They play as hard as they can. They are trying to grow from this match. They didn't give up 1 second. They made the right moves. They just might have lacked on the execution or lacked on the timing. And it's just, it's an aspect of this game that can't be avoided, but they're taking it in stride, and massive respect to the team.
Absolutely, and I mean, just looking at the stats there, they have 8 saves, which is absolutely incredible. 7 saves, sorry, had to go off the... Wait, is it 8 saves? I think it is. I didn't really have enough time to look at the stats, but either way, getting a lot of saves, clearly not quitting, and it's important that they don't just quit because they're against the better team. Of course, that's not what we've seen any of the teams do, and for a very good reason. I mean, there really would be no improvement if it was for that. And speaking of improvement, is already some from scientists on the defensive end yet again, getting a couple grabs there, but unfortunately the stun comes through for Furkan, and he does end up with the disc and walks this one through into the bubble, and just gets past Grakas' hands and gets that one through. But I mean, they're doing a great job on defense so far. They just need to try and get it to the other end, and transition play is always the most difficult to adapt to in these games.
And stopping these shots is hard itself. These shots, these underhanded shots, you really don't see a wind-up. You have to have incredibly fast reflexes. And it takes time to train those. Grakas BE adjusting his headset after trying to maneuver for that save. So maybe he has to find a different approach to Furkar as he approaches the bubble. And they will find success there. So it's a tie game in the second round. They're not giving up. Mountain Snake with the assist by trespassing, and that's exactly what they need.
Absolutely great communication there from the scientists, able to get that one through. I mean, even though they only had 2 players in the ball, which could have ended up being bad, they made it work. I mean, they stunned some of the players, and they got that open pass, and they got the 2 points. So now equalizing will be the scientists, and Unguarded 4 trying to walk this one up. Now taking as much time as he needs, and this one going to eventually make its way through to Knife Rich, who's going to try and walk this one through the shield, and he will go under it, and just gets past the goalie there. Very difficult place to attack from, which is usually why you see always a defender sitting on that shield. It's very difficult. Once a player gets on the shield, they can go anywhere around that, and then at that point, once they push through, it's a very difficult shot to save inside of that bubble. But yeah, great job on the offense again by Galaxy, and now makes its way to Mountain Snake, who is going to get this pass, unfortunately missed there, but they're going to recover from it. Trespassing, unfortunately getting the disc stolen there by Furkar, and this one's going to be cleared out. So yet another stack race, which Galaxy seem to be winning right now, and Unguarded 4 going to take this one through for the bounce shot, and yet another 2 points, and another stack war won by Galaxy.
And I want to point out that the previous goal by Galaxy, the shot approaching from the bubble from a forward, it was a good attempt by Grakas. So Grakas is making all the right moves in goal, might be lacking prediction, but he's challenging every attempt. And it's important to challenge every attempt, because even if you don't think you'll get it, if you commit to it, you'll get it at least maybe a 1/10 of the time.
Yeah, I mean, this one actually, great steal there from Grakas, but not able to get the clear, although this second opportunity will go through, although unfortunately that clear down middle not quite going to make it through, and Chucky Joseph is going to get this one yet again. This one flying up, but a great interception by Grakas, and some really nice positioning there. Now getting on the stacks of the scientists, but Galaxy just able to snatch that one through first, and able to progress this one up the field. But a great stun actually by Dual Helix will deny that pass for the meantime. Knife Rich getting stunned away, but Dual Helix not able to find the hands on the player. Furkar with a shot, but what a save from Grakas, and he's going to get that clear on through. And yeah, this is going to be actually stack won by Unqualified Scientists, so already seeing some improvement there. And this one going to be, well, an attempted clear comes on through by Chucky Joseph, actually making its way through to Trespassing's hands, and it's going to bounce down. That pass just missing there. And Furkar is going to take this one and try and clear it.
And with a terrific save from Grakas, they will find this goal in front of the bubble. But before, with the Grakas save, That's what I'm talking about. Engaging and challenging every shot, no matter the odds. And he found that save at that moment, and he gets the clear out. But a terrific save from Gracchus. And this is the thing. Greatness isn't achieved in a moment. Greatness is achieved in increments. And I definitely see that in this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And just going to the chat, calm down on the Fs, guys. These guys are not. There's nothing to F at right now. They're doing a really good job. And speaking of that, actually, there is emotes now available from the Francofaces extension, which is a third-party browser extension, if you don't know. And Furcar with actually a couple of dodges there, walks that one through into the bubble, but another great save by Gracchus, who's doing some great job and work on the defense now. And here comes the stack here from Scientists, who actually might just convert on this, and they will convert the 3. So the save, and then actually the shot coming through from Gracchus. So really nice work on the offense and defense there. And yeah, there you go.
And that's what I'm talking about. And that's how you commit, and that's how you keep playing. So much respect to Unqualified Scientists.
Yeah, and now it's going to be Galaxy with the Joust advantage, who are going to take their time with it once more. An attempt on the contest there, not quite going to come through, and Furcar with another shot. This time, going to go a little bit closer, finding that the last couple of shots were making amazing saves. Gracchus doing work there. He's got 2 saves, which were both 2-point saves, in fact, in this game. In this round, sorry. So that was absolutely phenomenal play there. But Galaxy's just able to sneak that one through, and actually that's a great pass there to Trespassing, who's going to try and walk this one through into the bubble. Furcar trying to contest though, and this shot just going to ring on through, and going to be denied by Mountain Snake, actually, the clear. But this one, the pass not quite working out to Helix, and going to make its way back to Gracchus, who is going to try and find a little bit of time of it. Very smart, wise move here to find as much time as they possibly can. Try not to rush anything, but this one going to get swung out by Unguarded 4, and now another great stack coming on through. Furcar going to take this 3-point shot, not quite going to be on target, and it is going to be another stack battle.
Absolutely, and you talk about smart moves, and you talk about wise moves, and you can study all the gameplay footage you want and make smart, educated moves and predictions. But there is a certain amount of wisdom that comes from just playing and experiencing play, and a shot from Furcar off the inner backboard will ring true at 9 meters, and a real rocket coming off the backboard at 10 meters a second.
A really great play there from Furcar, and I mean, 10 meters a second, it doesn't sound very fast compared to the 18s you see thrown, but it coming off of the pyramid there, it loses pretty much half of its speed, so that would have been an 18-19 meter second shot. It's incredibly difficult to get accurately, and as well, good thing to note is he actually waited for the goalie to look away for a little moment and then took the shot, which was incredible. And this one going to be an intercepted twice, actually. Going to be Trespassing coming away with that anyway, and that one getting stolen by Furcar. Not sure how, but it happened. And this one going to be another stack race, this time in the Scientist half.
And it will go into the hands of Knife Rich. Excuse me, Furcar, and Furcar will find that goal behind the goal. So it's 5-16 advantage Galaxy, almost 90 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and they may, if they get 3-point on top of the 3-pointer, may have a chance of coming back here. But judging by the pace of this game, they are really going to have to push to do that. And oh, that one just missing the hands there. May have had another opportunity. Oh, and especially not if they have a dropout here. Scientist losing a player again, and Trespassing, trying to find this this pass, although stealing it straight back and back again. Going to be Trespassing. We saw about 4 steals there, and Mountain Snake going to get this back pass, although just missing the hands there. And going to attempt to find the disc yet again. Chucky Joseph trying to get this clear. Actually, no, just going to opt for the back pass there, which will actually miss. And Trespassing yet again, trying to find his hands on the disc. Forcing a pass through there. And Galaxy making some dangerous passes in their bubble, but just trying to waste time as much as they physically can here. 40 seconds left on the clock. And Chucky Joseph left in the Scientist half. Uncontested will score that 2-pointer. And sealing the deal now for Galaxy.
So with 30 seconds remaining, it is impossible for Unqualified Scientists to come back from this. But they have achieved in this game. They have made adjustments. They have made them on the fly. They have responded. And that's a small victory within itself, so they may fall in this matchup, but they can come away with it with some form of success, and they'll take that shot, and it will be saved by Unguarded 4. So with that being said, this time will run out, and it will be a 2-round sweep in favor of Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, that was absolutely incredible offensive and defensive play we saw there from Scientists. They were able to convert that great defense that they kind of already had in the first round, that they were just unable to convert into offense. But when they do get themselves in that bubble, which is just kind of down to the speed of their stacks, excuse me, they are doing really well on the defense, and they managed to convert that into offense a couple of times, which, I mean, in itself is a great thing. It's so difficult to come back from a mercy win in the second half, in the second round, and yeah, I mean, it's great to see them resilient enough to do that.
Absolutely, and they stand resolute. So looking at these scores, we have Furcar coming away, these stats, Furcar coming away with 26 points, 2 assists, and 4 steals. Knife Rich with 5 points, Unguarded 4 with 5 points, Chucky Joseph with 4 points and 2 saves. So just very good stats from this Galaxy team. And how is Unqualified Scientists looking, Swift?
I mean, Gracchus getting 7 saves that game, absolutely incredible, as well as Mountain Snake getting 1 and Trespassing with 3. They got 69% of the saves, nice. I mean, they got 5 points, 3 of those being made by Gracchus on that great transition play, and 2 by Mountain Snake on the passes. So they definitely have the right ideas, but they just need to clean it up a little bit, and then they'll definitely be good to go.
I definitely believe that, and I can't wait to see more of these Unqualified Scientists matches. They have the right approach to playing competitive, and I'm just ecstatic for them, and I can't wait to see them play more. So with that win to Galaxy, that will be the end of this cast. I've been SputnikKobra. I've been joined by Swift and SirDimwi. I can't speak today. SirDimwi on cams. We thank you for watching and have a great day.